Hazel, respond immediately. What on earth are you doing with my husband? I can't believe the situation I'm witnessing.
Well, hello there, Nora. Your message caught me off guard. I'm genuinely surprised to hear from you like this. I assure you there's nothing going on between your husband and me. I'm genuinely confused. What's going on?
Don't pretend like you don't know. I want to know exactly what's happening between you and my husband Gavin at our house.
Oh, have you returned home already? I didn't expect you back so soon.
Yes, I got back earlier than usual. My work wrapped up early today, so I arrived about an hour ahead of schedule. Seeing this was the last thing I expected.
Well, that's unfortunate. I suppose you've uncovered the secret we managed to keep hidden for quite some time.
Given the situation, you seem very calm. Do you realize the seriousness of what you're doing?
While I'm a bit taken aback by your discovery, I must admit that I'm not overly concerned if you learn about what we've been doing behind your back. Gavin seems genuinely happy when he's with me, considering how much more attractive I am compared to you. It's common knowledge that I'm among the most attractive women in the area. I can always divorce my husband and face any ensuing legal troubles myself, so the idea of being discovered doesn't worry me.
Do you honestly believe you can escape this situation so easily? You're tearing apart a marriage, you realize that, don't you?
Yes, I'm rather confident that I'll be just fine. To be honest, it's not as monumental as you're making it out to be. I'm just having an affair with your husband. So there's no risk for me whatsoever. Your husband assured me of that.
Now, I see your point of view. So his family is quite wealthy and has a large amount of savings?
Exactly. He won't be struggling financially anytime soon. And this expansive house where we're currently enjoying ourselves, it's his property, right? This place is absolutely stunning.
Well, it's technically owned by his parents, but they've allowed him to use it.
That's pretty much the same thing. It's still his house.
Ownership of the house doesn't concern me much. How long do you plan to remain here? Just so you know, you're not welcome anymore.
What? Are you already planning to kick me out? Had you not arrived an hour early, I could have stayed a bit longer.
Have you forgotten that summer vacation has begun? I need you to leave.
I know summer vacation is here, but why does that matter?
My daughter, who was out with her friends, will be back soon. I'd rather she not walk in on her dad and her friend's mother engaged in certain activities in the bedroom.
Fine, if you're going to persist, I'll get ready to leave.
Are you currently clothed?
No, of course not. What did you think we were doing? Stop teasing me. Wait, where are my clothes? Gavin can't find his either. How did they disappear?
Apologies for the clothes. I gathered them from the living room floor and disposed of them.
What? Why would you do that?
I didn't want you to hastily leave.
Don't worry, I had no intention of escaping. I simply want to return to my place. Please give me my clothes so I can go home as you wish.
Unfortunately, I won't be able to comply.
What? Why are you keeping me from going home?
Hazel, I've been aware of your relationship with Gavin for about 6 months now.
So you knew all along? Your earlier conversation made it seem like you had just discovered it. Why deceive me like that?
I apologize for misleading you. How would you rate my acting skills, by the way? I needed some time for everyone to gather.
What are you talking about? Everyone's here? Just let me leave already. Stop treating me like I'm a prisoner.
It seems everyone has arrived now. Gavin's parents, your husband, and I are all going to join you two for a conversation soon.
Wait, what did you say? Why are they all here?
I suggest you find a towel or blanket to wrap around yourself. We're making our way to the room you two are in right now.
What's happening? Hold on, you can't just enter the room without my permission. Finally, I can take a breather. Thanks to your intervention, this day has been incredibly tough for me. Forgiving you, though, is not on my radar.
I find it surprising that you're reaching out so soon. Barely a couple of hours have passed since everything unfolded.
Sure, let's move on. Have you already reached your parents' place?
Yes, I have. I'm currently at my parents' house accompanied by my daughter.
Well, that's convenient for you. It seems you wasted no time after our conversation. It was quite a scene, watching you scramble to gather your belongings while everyone else directed their frustration at Gavin and me. I admit I was scared by everyone's scolding, but I'm okay with how things turned out. It was pleasant to see you leave the house in agony, seemingly on the verge of tears. Anyway, I've just returned to Gavin's residence. We can now rest assured, free from the fear of discovery. Care to guess our plans for the night? We can celebrate freely and loudly now that you're not here.
It's clear that you're having a grand time. Enjoy it while it lasts. Do you genuinely believe you can escape consequences?
Didn't I mention it earlier today? There's nothing you can do. Gavin belongs to me now, and don't anticipate relying on Gavin as you've been doing. Your charm has worn thin. I'm seizing it all, so you'd do well to step aside. The struggles of a single mother. How pitiable. It'll be a challenge, but I'm confident you'll manage. Oh, a thought just occurred to me. Gavin wanted me to convey that once the settlement is agreed upon, he'll transfer the entire sum to your bank account in one go. And after that, he'll consider his ties with you severed.
Why are you informing me of this? It's not some noble gesture, it's his obligation. Tell him to tone down his arrogance when addressing me. It's truly mortifying.
Look at you, attempting to project strength. You've been discarded by one of the wealthiest men around because of your lack of appeal. Deep down, you must ache to crumble into tears.
Say whatever you want. It doesn't faze me.
Absolutely. You're powerless to halt me. My affection for Gavin runs deep. Likewise, I adore the sprawling mansion he inhabits and his substantial wealth. Having a successful man by your side is a wonderful feeling. It's a shame you lost him, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Indeed, I'm positively elated. My life is about to ascend to first-class status. I'm feeling like the spouse of a celebrity. A life of luxury awaits you starting tomorrow.
Well, congratulations are in order. I am utterly thrilled for you.
Yeah, right. Spare me and go find a corner to weep in. I've got some big news. I'm pregnant with Gavin's child.
Oh, really? Congratulations.
Yeah, sure. I felt sick in the morning, so I bought a pregnancy test. It turned out positive. Everything is going as planned. He's all mine now, and soon there will be a child, too.
As planned? What do you mean?
My goal was to become pregnant so I could inherit his money and keep this enormous mansion. I'll finally be wealthy and live luxuriously. Once your divorce is finalized, my plan will be complete. Being his wife is pointless for you now. So, hurry up and divorce him, you unattractive woman.
I see your point. Thanks a lot. I can finally end my marriage.
Hold on. Why are you happy? I'm not.
I don't want such a worthless husband in my life.
Oh, and by the way, you and your stuff should leave the house.
As soon as we can.
What on earth are you saying? Why should we leave? This mansion is where Gavin and I will begin our new life together. Don't spout nonsense just because you're upset about what happened. What in the world is happening? Can you explain the situation to me? We've just been informed that we have to leave this house by tomorrow.
Ah, yes, the house is actually being sold quite soon. That's probably the reason for the sudden move-out notice.
Hold on, what? How is that even possible? Did you have a hand in this? What did you do?
I personally wasn't involved in this decision.
I'm having trouble comprehending this. Could you please clarify the current situation? I was under the impression that Gavin owned this house. How can it be put up for sale without his consent? This doesn't make sense at all. I find it hard to believe that this is a legal situation. They can't just force us to leave like this.
In reality, the house isn't actually Gavin's property.
What on earth are you saying?
It belongs to Gavin's grandfather. Gavin doesn't have ownership of the house. He just hasn't been forthcoming about the fact that he was allowed to stay here temporarily.
His grandfather is the owner. Then why isn't Gavin living here?
Gavin's grandpa possesses another house right by the beach, and he's currently residing there with Gavin's grandma. He didn't want the house to remain vacant, so he granted permission for me, my daughter, and Gavin to live there as long as we maintained it properly.
I was unaware of this. I simply assumed that Gavin owned the property since he often boasted about how magnificent and spacious the place was.
Well, it seems like you took Gavin's word too seriously. He probably told you whatever he could to improve his image. Your plan didn't pan out as you'd hoped, it seems.
I can hardly believe this. What will happen to the extravagant lifestyle I had envisioned if we're no longer able to live here?
Who knows? By the way, there are potential buyers showing interest in the house, and some workers will be coming within a couple of days to clean up the place.
They're coming to clean in just a few days? That's awfully soon.
If you're still here when the cleaners arrive, you might obstruct their work. If you can, I'd suggest vacating the house by tomorrow.
Why is all of this happening to me? I'm so tired of dealing with everything. How did things have to turn out like this?
Why do you keep reaching out to me? What's the matter now? Gavin and I have already gone through our divorce, and he's fulfilled the divorce settlement. We've agreed upon a plan for child support regarding our daughter, so there's no need for us to communicate anymore. I really don't find these conversations enjoyable.
We packed up our things and left the house as instructed. We went to Gavin's parents' house, but they refused to let us in. They won't even have a conversation with us. Why are they treating us like they despise us?
Isn't it clear why they wouldn't welcome you? They cut ties with Gavin once they learned about your actions.
Then we decided to go to my parents' house since we had nowhere else to go. However, they turned us away as well. They told me to leave immediately and that they never want to see me again.
Well, their reaction is quite understandable. After all, both of you were involved in some pretty hurtful actions.
Just listen. As a last resort, we went to Gavin's grandfather's place by the seaside. I believed he would allow us to stay temporarily until things settle down. Grandparents usually care for their grandchildren, and I'm an outgoing and appealing person. I assumed they'd accept us readily, but they refused to even speak with us, locking the door and ignoring us completely.
Gavin's grandfather is known to be strict and principled. I suppose he couldn't overlook the choices you both made.
What is wrong with everyone? All I did was have a relationship with Gavin. He should be glad to have someone attractive like me about to marry him. A CEO like him deserves a beautiful partner like me by his side.
CEO, what are you talking about?
I think it's better for his company's reputation if I accompany him to work events. Having someone unappealing like you alongside him would reflect negatively on his company. I don't understand why everyone sees me as the bad guy. They should be valuing me.
I don't quite know how to put this, but there appears to be a misunderstanding.
I don't care anymore. I'm planning to ask Gavin to buy us a luxurious condo. I'll look down on all the less fortunate people while sipping expensive wine every night.
I regret to inform you that Gavin is actually not the CEO. He's just an ordinary employee.
You must be joking! That's gotta be a prank, right? It can't be true. He's the son of the former CEO. Didn't he inherit his father's position?
Our company selects its leaders based on skills and contributions, regardless of our backgrounds. By the way, I'm managing one of the departments.
A manager? You, someone like you?
Yes, that's correct. In fact, I just remembered that Gavin was let go a few days ago. You haven't heard about it? He was caught engaging in inappropriate behavior during a Zoom meeting. Flirting, to be exact. Moreover, he had been making numerous avoidable mistakes recently. It's likely he was struggling to concentrate with you constantly around.
You can't be serious. Fired? And he was flirting with me during a work meeting? Wait, are you telling me that while we were together in his workspace, he was actually in a meeting?
I'd rather not delve into the specifics. I don't wish to know the details. But perhaps you could think about it. You two were inseparable at the house, and he had a full-time job. Do the pieces fall into place now? He was splitting his attention between you and his work, even during most of his meetings.
Hold on, so you're saying the whole company knows about this?
Yes, pretty much everyone is aware. Your actions played a significant role in his job loss and the loss of his house. Your ill-conceived plan has led you both to this point, though he also bears some responsibility. Cheating doesn't really happen alone after all.
My life is unraveling.
Oh, and one more thing I neglected to mention. It seems he used up all his savings to cover the divorce settlement and child support payments to me. I had a strong advantage and formidable corporate lawyers on my side, so the sums involved are substantial. His family is also considering removing him from their will, so any inheritance of money or property is unlikely. Becoming wealthy anytime soon seems improbable. Your dreams of a lavish life in a high-rise condo might need to be reconsidered.
Fine. Then maybe I'll end things with him and reconcile with my ex-husband.
I doubt that's a feasible option.
Why do you say that?
Well, you cheated on him and then became pregnant with another man's child. Forgiveness might be a tall order for any man in that situation. Even your child choosing to live with your ex-husband suggests they're not too pleased with you either. It appears there may not be a place for you in that family anymore.
Damn it! I've really messed up, haven't I? How did my plan go so terribly awry? I can't believe this. I was so sure that I would lead a luxurious life and never have to work again. Where am I even supposed to go now? We have no money or home. The problems just seem insurmountable. I'm at a loss for what to do.
Well, you and Gavin will now need to figure out how to do that. I'm heading for a long, relaxing bath, so I'll say goodbye and please refrain from contacting me again. Finally, the man Hazel tried to steal from me is now hers. It's quite amusing that she's upset and angry while I'm rejoicing. Afterward, I informed my husband that the child Hazel is carrying is not his. He was furious upon learning the truth. Despite Hazel's constant denial, I had enough evidence of her involvement with another man. Hazel came back and begged for my husband's forgiveness, but of course, she didn't receive any. After being fired and divorced from me, my husband returned to his parents' home empty-handed. They reluctantly allowed him to stay, but were far from pleased. It's the consequence they deserved for causing harm to others.